Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand and remove your hats if you haven't done so already for the playing of the national anthem by the Normal Community High School Band. Please be seated. Good evening. I'm Trevor Chapman, and I am blessed to be the principal at Normal Community High School. I would like to begin this evening by introducing several people who make educational excellence at Normal Community High School possible. On stage with me today is Unit 5 Superintendent Dr. Mark Daniel. Please join me in giving him a warm NCHS welcome. Joining him are members of the Unit 5 Board of Education who will distribute diplomas to our graduates. Mr. Jim Hayek, member of the board. Mr. David Fortner, member of the board. Mrs. Mita Mickens-Baker, member of the board. Mr. Mike Trask, Vice President of the board. Mr. Barry Hitchens, President of the board. Mrs. Tanya Leffler, Secretary of the board. And Mr. Joseph Cleary, member of the board. Seated on the floor behind the graduates are our school counselors. Some students would not be here today if it weren't for their dedication and success for our kids. I am pleased to recognize Addie Entz, Ryan Short, Karen Hawkins, Christy Chase, Jennifer Gehrman, and Mrs. Joan Fee. Finally, each day I get the privilege of working with a wonderful group of dedicated school administrators, Assistant Principals Jeff Barnard, Melanie Aislinger, and Natalie Shoemaker, as well as Associate Principal Nikki Maurer. The class welcome this evening will be delivered by Lexi Showalter, the Vice President of the senior class. Please come forward.
Good evening and welcome to the commencement ceremony of Normal Community High School's class of 2018. My name is Lexi Showalter, and I'm honored with this opportunity to speak to you all today. I would like to start off by saying thank you. Thank you to our family, our friends, faculty, and the school board. Although we may not all express our gratitude enough, without your constant love and support, we would not be here today. But I believe I speak on behalf of my class when I say we are most thankful to finally be done. Done with the crazy drivers in the parking lot, the long lunch lines, and the one-ply toilet paper. However, today is still bittersweet. Reflecting back on our past 4 years at Normal Community High School, we are reminded of fond memories. Memories of inter-city games, school dances, Lucas Lee's famous smoothies, Mr. Lawler's beloved airheads, and cafeteria brownies, among so much more. Years from now, these memories will be what last. We will not remember the late night studying or the occasional bad grade. Instead, we will remember what and those who shaped us. We will remember the teachers who got to know us, who went above and beyond because they wanted to make a difference in our lives. We will remember the administration who always had our best interest in mind and had so much school spirit. Most of all, we will remember our classmates, some of which we have gone to school with for the past 12 years, others we may have met last month. These are the people who have shaped us the most. We have grown up together, and we've done a lot of maturing to become the people we are today. When I think of the class of 2018, I think of respect and the times I've witnessed it. Just a few examples that have stood out include classmates talking about how much they adore our lunch staff, conducting ourselves with grace on social media, reminding each other to speak positively to one another, supporting others' rival teams at games, and turning down senior pranks because of the damage they would cost. I, personally, am filled with iron pride to have been a part of this class, and I hope you all feel the same. So today, as we close this chapter in our life and begin our separate journeys, I want to remind you all that we are a community that will forever be here for one another, because the saying rings true: once an Ironman, always an Ironman. Thank you.
Thank you, Lexi. A part of the monies generated by this year's senior class has been designated towards a scholarship. Faith Wenger and Nikitha Mathakuru, representing the senior class board, will now make a presentation. Faith and Nikitha, please come forward for the presentation.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nikitha Mathakuru, and I'm a representative of Normal Community High School Senior Class Board. Before I say anything else, I want to briefly thank all of our friends and family for being here to celebrate such a monumental milestone with us. Your support is so heartwarming and means so much to us. The reason I am up here today is to speak on behalf of the Senior Class Board to present a scholarship award to two very special individuals. This year, the board is recognizing two students who have consistently exceeded in various aspects, including being active in the community and leaving a mark in the school. Though everyone at NCHS gives their 100%, one of the reasons we have had such stellar years, these students are known for going above and beyond. This year's winners will be awarded a certificate accompanied with a scholarship of $500 as a thank you for all that they have given to our school. The NCHS staff, fellow classmates, and the senior board believe these individuals to be most deserving of this award because of their continuous selflessness, generosity, willingness to help, and the impact that they have made within our school. I will now hand it over to class representative Faith Wenger to present the awards. Thank you.
First of all, thank you, Nikitha, for the introduction. The time is always right to do what is right, a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. Today, it is my honor and privilege to be awarding this year's Normal Community Class of 2018 scholarship. Throughout our 4 years of high school, our class has learned what it means to be an Ironman. What it means to be an Ironman is to have confidence when struck down, to have strength when things get difficult, and most importantly, to be selfless, like no one is watching. Through 425 set of eyes, we found the perfect 2 individuals for our scholarship, individuals who have embodied the true characteristics of what it means to be an Ironman. The 2 recipients are constantly participating in school clubs and events. Outside of school, they have a passion for working and engaging with the community. Their kindness seems to simply never run out. We can all count on these 2 individuals for achieving future success. As Troy Bolton quoted in High School Musical 3, it's a place where one person, if it's the right person, changes us all. On behalf of the 2018 graduating class, we award DeMarcus Powers and Rana Abed. Come stand right here. We thank you both for always doing what is right. Your integrity, loyalty, and humility made you both the ultimate Ironman. And that is why you're both receiving the Class Board Normal Community 2018 Scholarship. We applaud you.
Seated in front of you are students that have worked for 13 years to accomplish the goal of graduation from high school. Many have experienced personal excellence in a broad array of areas, demonstrating fully what it means to exhibit iron pride. Together, we've worked hard every day to learn something and have fun. Normal Community High School has a rich history of graduates that achieve success in a wide variety of fields after high school. Today, we are proud to continue that tradition of honoring an NCHS alum that has made a significant contribution to society and hope that his story will inspire today's graduates. I'd like to introduce Mr. Brian Basting, a graduate of the class of 1979, to the stage. Please give him a round of applause. Mr. Basting is one of the most respected and seasoned professionals in the Midwest in commodity research and analysis. He has made his mark as an expert in his field, being quoted throughout publications and broadcasts of the agricultural community, interviewed by various news media, and consulted by local, regional, and federal leaders in agriculture, and asked to present at conferences nationwide. Brian went from NCHS to earn a bachelor's and master's degree in agricultural economics from the University of Illinois in Champaign. He worked as a market research analyst with a company formerly known as AgriData Resources, ARI Network Services, in Milwaukee, before joining Advanced Trading Incorporated in 1993 here in Bloomington. His career at ATI has expanded in the past 24 years, advancing him to one of the most recognizable persons and voices in analyzing the ever-changing, sometimes volatile, and crucial commodity market. Based on his outstanding reputation in the field, Mr. Basting has been tapped repeatedly to be the keynote speaker at various venues and seminars for ag-related business. Brian graduated from the class of 2002 from the Leadership McLean County program, and in 2012 was named recipient of the Outstanding Alumni Award from that organization. Mr. Basting is unassuming and modest, but don't let that fool you. Mr. Basting's professional achievements are extensive, but these are balanced with significant service, much of which is tied to supporting various groups in our community and beyond. Please join me in welcoming him for his speech.
Thank you, Mr. Chapman. First, I'd like to thank the Normal Community High School Alumni Foundation for this award. NCHS played an important role in providing a foundation for me, both personally and professionally. I'm very honored and humbled to be recognized today. Next, I want to acknowledge all those who have supported the NCHS class of 2018. To the family members, including parents, brothers, sisters, grandparents, great-grandparents, aunts and uncles, you have played a pivotal role in the development of these graduates and helping them reach this point in their lives. Your support and encouragement will remain important throughout the challenging yet exciting journey which they begin today. I also want to acknowledge all those associated with NCHS, to the administration, staff, and faculty. You have been an integral influence on each of these graduates. Your voices and guidance will extend well beyond these past 4 years and positively influence the class of 2018 throughout their lifetime. Finally, I want to say a few words to the class of 2018. As Mr. Chapman noted, I have been involved in service, including supporting various groups in this community. Many of those have allowed me to work with today's youth. While I don't know many of you personally, I'd like to share a few observations of the first class born in the 21st century. I admire many things about you, class of 2018. Technology in its many and ever-changing forms can be challenging, yet you embrace it with enthusiasm. Your curiosity and joy in exploring and implementing all the new and exciting advances in communication and science is contagious. I'm looking forward to seeing you bring your expertise into the world. I also admire your resilience. You have been exposed to many challenging things in your short life. A rapidly changing and volatile world, financial challenges, especially at the state level, and increasing school violence are just a few of these issues. I must confess, the class of 1979 did not confront these issues 40 years ago, at least not to the extent seen today when I was a student at NCHS. Through it all, you have remained strong. That quality will serve you well in the years ahead. Finally, I admire your loyalty to your families, friends, and school. Each of you, in your own way, has already made a valuable contribution to society. I'm confident that you will add to those contributions in the years ahead in whatever endeavors you seek. In closing, if it isn't clear by now, I want to say that I'm a big fan of you, the class of 2018. And most importantly, I'm now proud to call you a fellow alum of NCHS. Congratulations on your graduation, good luck, and enjoy this moment in your life. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Twyla Eichhorst. I'm currently the Vice President of the NCHS Alumni Foundation, and I was also a member of the awards committee this year. It's my honor to present this plaque to Brian Basting.
Thank you both. Sitting among our graduates are many Normal Community faculty members who on a daily basis over the past 4 years have involved themselves in the lives of our seniors, guiding, correcting, and encouraging them each and every day. It's been an honor for me to work alongside of them each day. Would you please join me in a round of applause and appreciation for all that they have done? I would also like to thank each of you assembled today, the parents and other members of each graduate's family. Your partnership with the staff at NCHS, your belief in the potential of your sons and daughters, and the importance that you have placed on education in their lives has resulted in the success that they enjoy today. Thank you for all that you have done. So students and teachers, would you please join me in a round of applause for all of the adults who have supported your work over the last 13 years. It is now my privilege to introduce the students whose performances in the classroom rank them at the top of their class. Unit 5 has created 2 designations recognizing student academic achievement. Students recognized as magna cum laude honorees have earned a cumulative grade point average between 4.85 and 5.099 on a 5-point grade scale. 38 seniors have achieved this honor and are wearing white honor cords. Would you please stand and be recognized if you are wearing a white cord? Please be seated. The summa cum laude designation honors those students that have a cumulative grade point average of 5.1 or above. 59 seniors have accomplished this during their 4 years of high school and are wearing orange honor cords. Would those students please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. The Salutatorian Award is designed to honor seniors with the second highest grade point total in the class after completing our most challenging curriculum. The class of 2018 has 4 salutatorians. Salutatorians, as I introduce you, please stand and remain standing until all 4 have been introduced. Would Hannah Johnson please stand and be recognized? Hannah is the daughter of Dave and Kelly Johnson and will be attending Illinois State University majoring in nursing. Would Sujith Molakala please stand and be recognized? Sujith is the son of Madhu and Sudha Molakala and will be attending the University of Texas in Austin majoring in biology. Would Pavani Nukala please stand and be recognized? Pavani is the daughter of Prasad and Lakshmi Nukala and will be attending Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio, majoring in psychology and pre-med. Would John Patton please stand and be recognized? John is the son of Daniel and Julianne Patton and will be attending Northern Illinois University, majoring in accounting and political science. Ladies and gentlemen, your class of 2018 salutatorians. The Valedictorian Award is the highest academic honor bestowed by Normal Community High School on a graduating senior. It is my privilege to announce that 3 students have achieved valedictorian status. They have earned the highest grade point total in their class after completing our most rigorous curriculum. Valedictorians, as I introduce you, would you please stand and remain standing until all 3 valedictorians have been introduced? Would Benjamin Braun please stand and be recognized? Benjamin is the son of David and Michelle Braun and will be attending the University of Central Florida, majoring in computer science. Would Yuktesh Kaladindi please stand and be recognized? Yuktesh is the son of Raghu and Sojenya Kaladindi and will be attending St. Louis University, majoring in biomedical engineering, pre-med. Would Lavanya Satyamurthy please stand and be recognized? Lavanya is the daughter of Satyamurthy Chandrasekaran and Rajaswari Satyamurthy and will be attending Brown University, majoring in neuroscience. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2018 valedictorians.
I'll help you guys out by keeping this one short. But first, I'd like to begin by thanking some people. First of all, we're extremely lucky as a school to have the great teachers that we do. I know that no matter what your plans for the future are, our teachers have helped you prepare for it. I'd also like to thank my family and my friends for helping me through these past 4 years and also just for putting up with me. I'm sure that most of you have made lots of mistakes in your past. I know I have. From breaking the maracas at North Point to being academically ineligible for track at Kingsley, I was probably not a front runner for high school valedictorian in most people's minds. So maybe you've always gotten bad grades or been one of those students that teachers pray they don't have. Maybe you've been a bully or gotten in trouble with the law. Whatever the case may be, who you were in the past does not judge who you will be in the future. That's for you to decide. Thank you all for making these past 4 years so great. Congratulations and good luck with your future, whatever that may include.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Personally, I don't think I'm qualified enough to be giving any sort of life advice. I'm sure there are many of you who have seen more, have been through more, and have learned more. I just saw the ad outside and figured I'd stop by. One of the most profound lessons high school has personally taught me is that regretting the past and fretting over your future will leave you without being able to experience the present. And so I ask you guys to enjoy yourself in this moment with the people around you, because Facebook stalking your friends 2 years from now is just not the same. Before I go on, I would like to take a moment to thank my family. Without my father, I wouldn't have the courage to moonwalk in front of you guys. Without my mother, I wouldn't be up here. Without my sister, I'd more or less be the same. I'm just kidding. She's the best. Shrita, I love you. And also thanks to my teachers for their unconditional support and guidance, as well as the staff, and my friends for constantly and very gladly keeping me humble. Today is a special moment. All of our diverse, unique roads have led us here. Some of us have made touchdowns on the football field. Others have heard Lawler yell, yeah, yeah, and seen Mr. Bergman pull off those Crocs incredibly well. Others have just been playing Fortnite and have no idea how they got here. Regardless of your journeys, the class of 2018, we made it. We are graduating. I look upon your young faces amidst these old ones and see that you are surrounded by friends and family who have waited 18 years for you to walk across this stage. So please, I ask you, do not trip. Soon, our roads will once again diverge. We will be thousands of dollars in debt, and brace yourselves, Kanye 2020 is right around the corner. No matter where our journeys may take us, I'm sure we will all strive to make our aspirations come true and begin an enriching chapter in our lives. We are leaving behind comfort and memories to pursue dreams and novel experiences. Breathe it all in and cherish this moment, because soon enough, it will be part of the past and you'll be well onto your way into the future. Thank you and congratulations.
As I stand up here today, I want to thank some very special people. First of all, I want to thank my parents and my younger brother Aditya. If it weren't for your constant love and support, I would never be standing here today. Thank you to my wonderful friends. Anaya, who stuck by my side since the 7th grade. Lily, who made me smile on my worst days. Thank you to my amazing teachers. Mrs. Lopez, who helped me discover my love for psychology. And Mrs. Scott, who taught me about literature and life all in one. The people I've met over the past 4 years have been incredible. They've made me laugh, encouraged me to challenge myself, and helped me through the most difficult times. So I do have one regret as I leave Normal Community High School. I wish I knew more of you. I wish I'd taken the time to say hi and start the conversation, because I can only guess on how many potential friendships I've missed out on. In fact, some of the most amazing people I met in high school come from my lunch table this semester. Honestly, at first, I wasn't completely comfortable sitting with these girls since they were already such a tight-knit group of friends. At first, I felt like an outsider, out of place. However, as the semester progressed, I learned that they were incredibly sweet, funny, and inclusive. So if I was to leave you with any advice today, it would be to step outside your comfort zone and talk to someone new for a change. Today, we graduate as seniors, but in just a few short months, most of us will be freshmen again, just like we were 4 years ago. So as you move on to this next stage of your life, open yourself up to new people, because everyone has a story to tell. Thank you, and congratulations.
At this time, I'd like to recognize a decision by several of our graduating seniors to enlist in the armed forces and serve our country in this capacity. Would the following seniors please stand and remain standing until all have been recognized? Please hold your applause until all are standing. Alex Geiger, Air National Guard. Caden Schmittner, United States Military Academy at West Point. Logan Woodrum, U.S. Army. Luke Bennett, U.S. Navy. Brian Hilton, U.S. Air Force. Shane Hickman, United States Military Academy at West Point. Tyler Kinney, U.S. Marines. Matthew Ashbrenner, U.S. Marines. Russell Smallwood, U.S. Army. Jack Arundale, U.S. Army. Seth Herman, U.S. Air Force. And Brittany Shield, U.S. Army National Guard. While these students remain standing, would you please give them a round of applause for their decision? Dr. Daniel and the members of the Unit 5 Board of Education, it is my privilege to present to you the members of the Normal Community High School class of 2018, each of whom has met the requirements set forth by the state of Illinois and the Board of Education of McLean County Unit 5 School District, and therefore entitled to receive his or her diploma. HR Imaging will be taking photographs of each of the graduates today, and a link to their website is on the graduation program, and pictures will be available in about a week. In recognition of the importance and dignity of the commencement ceremony, and to ensure that each student's name can be heard by their family and audience, I would ask you to refrain from excessive applause. Well, let's get real. You're going to provide applause. The goal is that we can hear the next person in line. So if you're going to cheer, do it, and then be real quiet. Shh, for the next person. If you understand, clap once. If you understand, clap twice. All right, let's get this show on the road. Mrs. Maurer, the Associate Principal at Normal Community High School, will now read the names of our graduates.
Marshals, will you please come forward? You may begin. Let's do this. Carter Aaron. Rana Jarella Abed. Alyssa Kimberly Addix. Nathaniel Christopher Aiken. Adam Lee Alexander. Austin Robert Allen. Noor Hani Al-Sakri. Jessica Elizabeth Altshu. Sankalp Amaraveti. Madison Nicole Anastasiadis. Zoe J. Anderson. Mackenzie Grace Aarons. Tyler Santiago Arias. Grace Areola. Magdalene Arthur. Jack Michael Arndale. Matthew Lee Ashbrenner. Emily Cheryl Ostiff. Megan Laura Avery. Sarah Marie Awala. Kendra Rose Baca. Christian Michael Bedoric. Elia Luciano Ballantini. Anushka Banerjee. Carl Barnes. Jeffrey Barnes. McKenna Barnhart. Erica Judith Bassford. Muriel Harmon Bean. Sydney Diane Beggs. Julia Nancy Behrens. Kylie Bell. Luke Isaac Bennett. Magdalene Grace Bergman. Alyssa Nicole Bertini. Daniel Robert Byer. Pranethi Bingi. Alyssa Lynn Blumenshine. Maggie Deming Boland. Christopher Rafael Bolaños. Rachel Michelle Bolden. Ethan M. Boone. Addison Grace Bohr. Ashley Jolynn Brady. Bailey Houston Branham. Benjamin David Braun. Justine Marie Bregan. Emily Elizabeth Brewster. Michael Carson Brinkman. David Alexander Bronkhorst. Hannah Faith Brozenick. Griffin Brusso. Madison Bryant. Tyler James Bryant. Sydney Elizabeth Bazinski. Maria Lijahong Buffo. Trent Ashton Birch. Trenton Michael Burns. Elizabeth Claire Burton. Matthew Randall Bushu. Nishan Busungari. Peter Joseph Busoni. Bailey Sue Buxton. Blake Andrew Bybee. Gia Rose Caparelli. Sydney Joy Cargill. Kira Ellison Carlisle. Denaria Inez Carr. Amanda Nadine Carter. Jacob Robert Carver. Amelia Mary Cassidy. Hector Gabriel Berrios. Castro Berrios. Alyssa Catania. Natalia Marie Cedeno. Saivishnu Chakuri, Aksa Farouk Chaudhary, Maisha Khan Chowdhury, Courtney Lavelle Christian Jr., Alex Matthew Chesnoa, Abigail Samala, Kayla Jean Klaus, Sam Asher Clement, Skylar Cheyenne Clemens, Grace Alexis Cleveland, Judah Yared Coco, Jalen Uriah Coleman, Jamaria Shanice Coleman, Carmen Marie Cornejo, Ruben Correa, Seth Ian Corey, Joseph Harold Couillard, Claire Crabel, Robert Lamar Cradle, Avery Hope Cummins, Tiffany Lynn Day, Trinity Marie DeBoard, Alec Pietro DeVecchi, Divine Unsana Daimonica, Janie Catherine Dillman, Morgan Ashley Dixon, Varshawn Linnell Dixon, Elena Beth Dumkuski, Jasmine Aline Dotson, Kayla Marie Drock, Sarah Elizabeth Eagle, Alexa Caprice Eason, Emma Grace Edmiston, Joshua Matthew Edson, Christopher Donald Eisenreich, Preston Thompson Engel, Jennifer Estrada, Melissa Ann Farrand, Taylor Eileen Fash, Catherine Fada, Sam Fuchs, Corinthia Paige Fields, Tyler Paul Finch, Brady Michael Fletcher, Kathy Elizabeth Flores, Jamie Chad Fox, Lance Michael Freed, Catherine Grace Freilich, Madison Michelle Fulton, Lisa Ann Furler, Cassandra Galvin, Maria Garcia, Vanessa Garcia, Brittany Paige Gerhars, Alex Geiger, Catherine Elizabeth Giglio, Grace Marie Gilbert, Triambek Giri Prakash, Fernando Godina, Jaden Antonio Gomez, Madison Elise Goodwin, Sydney Marie Gordon, Angelo Green, Jacob Green, Samuel Greminger, Sydney Simone Griffin, Ryan Grizzle, Michael Grubb, Katerina Ann Gustafson. Danielle Alyssa Haynes. Joseph Philip Helcom. Rebecca Kaylin Hall. Michael Hampton. Noah Patrick Hansen. Jacob Paul Harlow. Laren Annette Haar. Thomas Meisenberg Harris. Bailey Noel Hartung. China Harvey. Patrick Caleb Haynes. Shanae Rashane Haynes. Brian Antonio Hurd. Carrie Hervey. Trey Oliver Hefner. Cameron Mackenzie Heft. Joseph Dell Heyer. Adam Christopher Heinrich. Emma Grace Henning. Shelby Kathleen Herrera. Michelle Herrera Vega. Adam Joseph Hurling. Seth Edward Herman. Nicholas John Hesse. Brooke Lauren Hetrick. Shane Connor Hickman. Brian Joseph Hilton. Rachel K. Hinthorn. Adam Alexander Hintz. Daniel Alexander Labasco. Isaiah Michael Holloway. Keegan Isaac Hahn. Jack Matthew Hopkins. Kaywana Hobson. Marissa Ann Hausman. Olivia Allison Huey-Takis. Michaela Leslie Bryce Hunter. Logan Kyle Honker. Balaji Krishna Iyengar. Luke James Jackson. Shravya Jayam. Noah Dean Jefferson. Catherine Jensen. Hannah Kelly Johnson. Marcellus Johnson. Reese Johnson. Dahara Dominique Jones. Yuktesh Kaladindi. Cameron Renee Carr. Dakota Wolfghost Kelly. Peyton May Kelly. Tyler Kenny. Taylor Kern. Madeline Elise Kimber. Hallie Rose Kirschenbaum. Margaret Catherine Klein. Ashley Ann Klinzing. Ryan Andrew Kneller. Aaron David Knoll. Claire Genevieve Coe. Sindhu Priyanka Kamaragari. Sam Calloway Courtcamp. Sabrina Grace Kosherik. Anna Rose Kraft. Olivia Rose Kraft. Shiva Ramkrishna Kudikala. Adriana Nichelle Quilan Rodriguez. Christina Alyssa Kurz. Colin Michael Laffey. Drew Isaac Lane. Danny Lang. Leah Joy Lasher. Emily Ann Lawrence. Madison Jean Lawrence. Sarah Allison Leddick. Grace Mary Lee. Gavin Kingsley Leggett. Rebecca Ruth Lehman. Nicholas Lemming. Mackenzie Leonard. Haley Renee Leverton. Kyle Leverton. Deshae Marshawn Lewis. Lucas Junwei Lee. Alexander Riley Lindenfelser. Tierra Dominique Lord. Preston Ray Love III. Natasha K. Lowe. Hannah Kate Loy. Chinchu Lua. Chien-Yun Lua. Erica Lynn. Tarun Medanini. Saisita Madirala. Victoria Patrice Maddox. Benjamin Robert Mayu. Perseid Zola Makitu. Allison Danielle Malcolm. Michael Patrick Marmion. Emily Nova Martinez. Cassidy Amore Maddox. Landry Mavungu. Megan Nicole McCarthy. Alicia McCoy. Cassie Nicole McGinnis. Thomas Daniel McGraw. Yates McLaughlin. Nicole Lynn McLeese. Blake Kenneth McPherson. Ava May Myrise. Rahul Menta. Peyton Michael Myers. Anissa Summer Miller. Kathleen Elizabeth Miller. Evan Michael Milstead. Michael Mesquita. Isabel Grace Mitra. Sujit Molakala. Rebecca Jane Moon. Grace Opal Moore. Megan Elise Moore. Tyler Allen Moore. Victoria Ann Moore. Grace Elizabeth Morgan. Eric Lee Morissette. Nikita Muthakuru. Alia Mariam Muhammad. Kareem Muhammad. Yashwita Murari Shetty. Maggie Anne-Marie Neighbor. Shanku Nair. Thaddeus Nardi. Abigail Colin Nelson. Catherine Claire Nelson. Davis Nagai. Tyler Lee Nolan. Exo Lufita Tsunkami. Pavani Nukala. Mariah Amor Nunn. Bridget Ann O'Connell. Carson Ryan Oltman. Julia Elizabeth Ostman. Devin Osman. Kelly Marie O'Sullivan. Olivia Joy Owen. Joshua David Perry. Agna D. Patel. Chandi D. Patel. Visha J. Patel. Manish Pathuri. John David Patton. Jackson Scott Pfeiffer. Kylie Suzanne Peterson. Nathan Trong Fan. Tien Din Fan. Nicholas Matthew Pfeiffer. Payne Anthony Plunk. Amy Marie Polly. Ethan Robert Polson. Carla Vanessa Portillo Ardone. DeMarcus Christopher Powers. Jay Pratt. Sydney Helena Price. Kaylee Rayanne Probst. Colton Ryan Pugh. Bailey Elizabeth Quinn. Jeremiah Armand Rayford. Chase William Rainwater. Krithik Rao. Sampavi Radhakrishnan. Sarud Rout. Bhavna Ravala. Emily Lynn Reed. Brianna Ray Reininger. Kyle Stephen Reyna. Matthew Ryan Ray. Logan Paul Rice. Elizabeth Grace Richards. Summer Lynn Riddle. Ashley Aaron Ryder. Julia Beth Ridgway. Kaylee Marie Rippian. Callie Christine Robertson. Jasmine Crystal Rojas. Carlos Rojas Cruz. Claire Jordan Rosenberger. Summer Ann Rossiter. Nachiketh Rote. Matthew Richard Rowley. Okay. Emery William Russell. Jacob Michael Russo. Leanne Christine Saavedra. Sudesh Kumar Sahu. Sophia Ariana Salazar. Cesar Antonio Sandoval. Emily Ann Sandy. Lavanya Satyamurthy. Elizabeth Catherine Sauter. Sanjana Saxena. Nick James Shaber. Kirsten Marie Scheck. Brittany Deanna Scheel. Ariana May Sheltons. Melissa Elizabeth Schill. Emily Schluter. Caden Schmittner. Joseph Allen Schroeder. Joseph Graham Schuler. Jackson Cyril Schulting. Justin Paul Schwamberger. Nathan Sebastian. Megan Marie Seeger. Evan Wade Shawd. Alexis Mari Grace Showalter. Stephen Lee Showers Jr. Anaya Mbui Simmons. Kiara Divinity Sinclair. Russell David Smallwood. Aiden Benjamin Smizer. Ileana Sunshine Smizer. Kellen J. Smith. Lauren Renee Smith. Alexis Nicole Smith. Luke Daniel Snook. Andrew Jeffrey Son. Sierra Nan Song. Alicia Southern. Emma Spader. Can I please have a moment of silence in memory of Emily Marissa Spinks? Thank you. Benjamin Walter Stanfa. Natalie Erin Stapleton. Alexis Michelle Starks. Ethan Philip Statham. Garrett Daniel Staver. Kaylin Sue Steffens. Maggie Marie Stevens. Cyrus Lane Stewart. Levi Hunter Stewart. Summer Marie Stower. Nathan Miles Strain. Andrew John Strubhar. William Blaze Svab. Arham Saeed. Nayan Armand Teague. Andrew Jacob Templin. Jonathan Tanya. Dalton Drew Tevis. Jarrett David Thiel. Tyler Theory. Jermaine Lucky Thompson. Alexandra Grace Thompson. Andrea Thorson. Keontae Tools. Landria Mai Tran. Mitchell Lee Travis. Trevor Norman Tucci. Neha Vasavi Tumala. Rashad Raymond Tyler. Madison Catherine Vale. Joshua Ken Bonley. Jamie Marie Vassalou. Adrian Angel Vasquez. Kenya Vega. Gianpaolo Diaz Vitor. Regan Sky Voles. Rahul Vudaru. Liliana Wang. Danny Ward. Faith Cherie Wenger. Franklin Delano West Jr. Gracie Nicole Weston. Laura Ann Westfall. Quentin Thomas Wetzel. Taylor Nicole Wetzel. Anna Rose Whitwood. Quentin Anthony Wilburn. Gretchen Elizabeth Williams. Megan Leanne Wilson. Nathan Douglas Whitty. Austin James Woodside. Chloe Lynn Wright. Chelsea Leanne Wyckoff. Dana Sue Yezel. Vina Yella Swearapu. Amanda Lauren Yee. Kaylee Malia York. Emma Noel Young. Tyler John Wynn. Colin Adam Yore. Andy David Zajac. Simyao Zhao. Olya Zerbkena. And last but not least, Madison Zimmerman.
The closing message will now be delivered by Yates McLaughlin, the president of the senior class.
Some of you are probably wondering, oh my goodness, his name is Russell? Yes, good afternoon. My name is Russell, and I am a wilderness explorer in Tribe 54. Are you in need of any assistance today, sir? For you millennials, that was from the movie Up. But truthfully, good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Yates McLaughlin, and I am the president of the class of 2018. Remember me? Yeah, we went to high school together. Thank you for family, friends, staff, administration, my grandmother Connie, I love you, Grandma, and the graduates for being here. I would also like to acknowledge the two students who are not with us today. Emily Spinks and Kaylee Easton were two very bright young women. I know that even though they are not here today, they are still making an impact on the world, and I think that we, as graduates, should be grateful for the honor of being able to walk across the stage today. Now, today is an exciting day, and I can't begin to express my overwhelming gratitude and honor to be able to speak in front of all of you today. Now, before I begin, I first want to recognize one person that has truly made a difference in my life. This person is the strongest woman I know, whether that be taking care of a 9-year-old boy after his father passed away from his 5th heart attack, or moving her entire belongings within 30 days to an entirely different environment, having known no one in the community. She has sacrificed so many things in her life to make mine better, and she's my hero. Throughout my 17 years of living, I have been blessed with an amazing, supportive, and loving individual, and I call her Mom. Thank you for everything, and I love you. Class of 18, or 2018, or whatever you want it to be. 18 doesn't really roll off the tongue that well. Imagine if we have 79, that'd be sweet. Anyway, here are some names that I came up with that might sound a little bit better. Class of my SAT score. That's right, for the parents that don't know, that scales out of 1,600. Yes, I am graduating. Class of 10 plus 8. Don't worry, Mr. Florido, that's more of an advanced joke. Sorry if you don't understand. Oh, this one's a good one. Oh boy. Class of how many years it took for Brian Hilton to beat me in poker. That's right, big guy. I'll get you next time. Nonetheless, class, we made it. Think about how much we have progressed individually and as a class. Walking into the front doors 3 years ago seems like it was only yesterday. I mean, there was the first football game, the first final, the first experience of meeting the warm, loving person that is Miss Baker. The first sign of relief after leaving Mr. Bergman's physics classroom. Yet we all thrived on our struggles, became successful in our own ways, and grew physically and mentally more than we ever thought we would. Our 4 years at Normal Community High School was definitely not a walk in the park. There were numerous obstacles and challenges that had presented themselves to us, and we had to overcome them. And we did. Now, I can't even begin to fathom how many parents I lost because of that line. If I have one piece of advice that I could give you, it would be to quote the brilliant genie from Aladdin. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. Today's special moments are tomorrow's memories. Now, as I look out to all the yawning, bored students, I actually see a class full of brilliance. I see Alyssa Bertini, an exuberant individual, becoming the first female president of the United States. After my first 2 terms, of course. I see Emily Brewster, who will be the most caring, kind-hearted elementary teacher in the world. I see Carson Brinkman and Kellen Smith, who will come up with the most revolutionary discovery in the realm of engineering, just like 90% of our class. I see Shane Hickman, who will serve our country valiantly in the armed forces. I see Adam Hurling, who will become one of the world's leading nuclear chemists. And lastly, as I gaze across the long rows, unfortunately, I see Trenton Burns, who, FYI, is an Eagle Scout and will take care of any animal, no matter what. These are just some of the many individuals in this room that are going to do extremely great things. Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do, therefore excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit." This class exemplifies this quote in so many ways. I mean, we passed Krogmeyer's class, right? And Mr. Meadows didn't throw his baton on a good day. Mr. Roller didn't shoot us with a Nerf gun. No, he did, repeatedly. Hey, Faith Wenger started the Habitat for Humanity Club in our school. Also, Yuktesh didn't miss your calls. He was too busy dancing to his own ringtones. And lastly, Catcher in the Rye was spark noted every night. You're welcome, Miss Lelm. But truthfully, I have no doubt in my mind that each and every one of you sitting in the chairs right now will do or be a part of something truly great. Now, here comes the sad part of my speech, so mothers, get ready. Unfortunately, the world also sometimes has a way of changing our life as we know it. Now, as I was writing this, there were a lot of images and stories running through my head of friends or students going through extremely difficult times. Sometimes I like to think of life as a baseball game. Occasionally, while we're up to bat, we get thrown curveballs or maybe even that nasty knuckle curve. Yes, that's a pitch. As young adults, we have 2 choices. Either 1, accept our fate and drown in sorrow. Or 2, we can step up to the plate and acknowledge that pain, that suffering, and realize that strength and growth truly materialize only with continuous effort and struggle. I mean, ask the kid who's talking to you, the kid that was repeatedly bullied and picked on in middle school, the kid that's parents divorced at age 7, the kid that lost his father at age 9 and moved away from his friends, the only outlet to make an inch of happiness appear. The kid that realized that his father would want him never to give up, and the kid to be accepted to the prestigious James Madison College at Michigan State University. Now, some of you sitting here have bits and pieces of my story, and that's okay. Some of you have worse stories. Some of you have better stories. Whatever your story may be throughout your 17, 18, 19 years on Earth, I have faith that this class of 2018 will pick option number 2 and strive and take every waking opportunity they get to be successful. Mark my words. Now, after the ceremony, while you're taking pictures, it will be time to put down your phones and reflect and get the new generation of phones because they have a way better camera, trust me. So, graduates, this is your time, not their time, not your parents' time. It's your time. With this all being said, class of 2018, thank you. It's been an amazing ride. Now, for the last time, these have been your morning announcements with Yates McLaughlin saying have an extraordinary day, and please don't forget, enjoy your Yates Start Late Start.
Thank you, Yates. I'd like to finish with a short 90-minute PowerPoint. Is anybody interested in watching that? I'm just kidding. Parents, over the last 4 years, your children have become our children. It's hard to let them go, but students, you will always be an Ironman no matter where life takes you. Members of the Normal Community High School class of 2018, as graduates, you may move your tassels from the right side to the left side as you are graduates. Congratulations once again, and this concludes our ceremony this evening. Thank you and have a safe weekend.